What's going on, guys? I'm sitting here with Ethan Styer. He is the writer-director behind the short film Mimicry, which just screened here at Creature Feature. How are you doing today, friend?
I'm really excited. This is my first film that's been screened at a movie theater, so this is a first experience in many ways, my first interview as well. So, yeah.
Lots of V cards being broken here today. Uh, but tell us a little bit about this film.
So this film was basically me. I always like the idea of like questioning reality, like the this whole idea of like questioning your own truth, the way you view the world. So I guess my film idea was really just um, based around that idea of, is anything real? Do you have any way of knowing if your world is real? So, yeah.
I think one of the most impressive shots in this movie is like within the first few minutes, you guys set up a mirror shot. And I always have to say, like, mirror shots to me as like a cinephile, like, intimidate the mess out of me. So can you kind of talk about some of the trickier shots in this movie?
I would say, yeah, the mirror shot was definitely tricky. The lighting was also tricky because all the shots were at night, so I had to figure out how to make the lighting look like it was at least sort of daytime, which is hard when you're running off of, light or house lighting. Sorry. So yeah, that was between that and the mirror. Those were pretty tricky.
So this movie, the protagonist's weapon of choice is a hammer. Was that always kind of the go-to idea for it, or had you guys kind of played around and considered other possible household items to be the weapon of choice?
I guess the hammer was really my only idea. That was my go-to. Really, just because it's meant to break things in a lot of cases, and that was made sense.
Also, so with this one too, we had the pleasure of meeting your dad yesterday and your parents. So, your dad stars in this movie. So, what is it like to have the roles reversed and you give him direction?
It's definitely interesting. Although I'd say it helps because I know the way he reacts to certain ideas when you ask him to do something. If I can expect him to react a certain way if I direct him in a certain way. So I think that definitely helped the direction process. So between that and my mom helping, that I think that made it a lot smoother.
So, what was it? What kind of made you want to pursue filmmaking for this kind of being, your first feature, your first interview, your first film festival? Like, what made you want to pursue filmmaking?
I guess it really all started with my parents being in filmmaking, and I kind of found myself growing an eye for just like looking at things through the eye of a filmmaker, and I really just like the idea of telling a story with the camera. It's always fascinated me.
All right. Well, this is your first, which for most filmmakers, this is not their last. Is this one screening at any other film festivals coming up?
This might be screening in Cannes World Film Festival. We'll see. I'm not announced to be a winner yet, but I'm a finalist, so we'll see how that turns out.
All right. Well, where can people find you online to follow your announcements?
I'm on Facebook, Ethan Styer. That's about all I have online. Yep.
Well, thank you for your time, sir. And if you guys get a chance to, make sure that you guys check out the short film Mimicry.